Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to begin our senior awards night. Good evening, Abington High School families, teachers, staff, and students. Thank you for attending the senior awards for the class of 2022. Before we begin tonight's ceremony, I want to take a moment to thank some of the people that have helped make this event happen. I'd like to thank Superintendent Peter Schaefer, Assistant Superintendent Felicia Michella, and the Abington School Committee. Our Assistant Principal Jesse Clements, our directors and department heads, Ms. Poirier, Mr. Serino, Mr. Scott, Dr. Gonsalves, Ms. Grabowski, Ms. Doherty, Mr. Shannon, Mr. Kitterick, and Ms. Casey. I'd also like to thank Jamie Howie and our amazing custodial staff, our senior class advisor, Nick DiPrisio, our front office administrative assistants, Jenny Kelleher and Susan Harrington, our guidance counselors, Sarah McGinnis and Jessica Kasha, and our director of guidance, Christina Park. I'd also like to especially thank our guidance administrative assistant, Danielle Gaylor, for organizing the awards and scholarships, which includes ongoing communications with staff, student recipients, and our donors. An additional and heartfelt thank you to our donors and benefactors, both here and at home, for their incredible contributions, totaling over $74,000 in awards presented tonight. Please join me in celebrating and thanking these people for their work. Tonight, we honor our students who have made consistent and ongoing academic performance a focus during their time at Abington High School. They selected rigorous learning opportunities and persevered through inevitable challenges in critical thinking to meet with success, and have made sacrifices to do their best work possible in academic, athletic, and artistic domains. We also honor and recognize our students that have helped make Abington High School a better place, by caring for their classmates just by being themselves and sharing a genuine smile, or for the students that continues to work hard in the final weeks of their senior classes, even though a diploma is a certainty, not just for a higher grade, but for the intrinsic rewards of learning and achievement. Tonight, we also honor students who do the right thing when no one is looking, motivated by a sense of social justice and what is right, stemming from a noble caring of others. To be certain, our world needs young people who are skilled, knowledgeable, and have a good heart. I would like to thank the entire Abington High School learning community for creating the environment where our students can be critical thinkers, engaged participants, socially competent contributors, and self-aware individuals. I am honored to recognize the distinguished achievements of the class of 2022. Tonight's keynote speaker is a 2011 AHS graduate, Miss Bridget Wakeland. Some of you might know Miss Wakeland. Yeah. You can come up. Sorry, Miss Wakeland. About 10 years ago, we began inviting an Abington High School alumnus to the senior awards ceremony. We have selected some pretty accomplished and distinguished keynote speakers. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Bridget Wakeland.
Can I move this back a little bit? Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Bourne, for that wonderful introduction. Faculty, community members, families, and members of the class of 2022, I am honored to be here with you tonight. Just a week ago, Mr. Bourne approached me in the parking lot as the students were decorating their cars and said, "Hey there, Wakeland, I have a question for you." Now, my first thought was, is this going to be another history joke that I won't understand? Fortunately, it wasn't. He asked me to be here with you tonight as the representative of the Abington High School alumni and to give you the Wakeland show. Initially, I was extremely excited and humbled to be asked to give a speech at senior awards night. My own parents are so proud of me. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Then immediate panic struck when I realized I had to come up with a speech. As most of you know, I have zero vocabulary. My spelling could use some improving. And half my class is me making sounds like this. Blah. So as most of us do, I ran to the only person I know who would be able to calm me down and help me put my thoughts onto paper, Miss Kim McHugh. Now, if this turns out bad, she's to blame. We began discussing how this speech may be different from previous selected alumni due to the fact that I'm here with you every day. whether in the classroom, walking by in the hallways, singing in the auditorium, or cheering on the sports fields. I have been fortunate enough to see you succeed and watch you fail, learn from that failure, and choose your next steps carefully. I can remember a time my freshman year in a physical science class. Mr. McGinnis was lucky enough to have me as a student his first year of teaching and had just finished grading a test. When he handed me the test back, tears began streaming down my face, and I stormed out of the classroom. I received my first failing grade, and as you students like to call it, a C. My best friend at the time, Diana, ran after me and helped me get through what I thought to be the worst thing that has ever happened to me. Now that I work with Mr. McGinnis, we get a good laugh out of my absurdity. Something I learned from that moment, although you may put in every ounce of effort to get that A, pass that course, hit that note, score that goal, sometimes it just does not happen. And that's okay. It is the actions you take after the failures that will allow you to be successful. Each and every one of you have experienced failure. I know I have taught most of you and graded your math quizzes. But you're here today because you took those additional steps to learn from those experiences, move forward, and achieve what you had sought out to do. Lesson 1, learn from your failures. In addition to learning from your failures, asking for help is crucial as well. I feel that there is this stigma around asking for help and that it correlates with failure. That is rubbish. Whether your next step is college, work, military, or a gap year, you will find a time where you will need help, and it is up to you to seek it. During my senior year of college, where things begin to wrap up, like your senior year of high school, I remember I hit a breaking point and needed some help in one of my courses, numerical analysis. It was a mixture of mathematics and computer science and the bane of my existence. Shout out to Mr. J for doing this for a living. I never reached out to a professor before to ask for an extension and some additional help because I just never thought it to be acceptable. I thought asking for help or an extension made my professor view me as incapable. When I got the courage to ask, I wrote this lengthy email expressing my lack of understanding and how I'm deeply sorry for asking for an extra day to try out the problem set. In return, Professor Weiss sends, "Bridget, Tuesday at 5 or so is absolutely fine." By asking for that extension and helped ease my anxiety and give me time to ask classmates for help with the problems. What I once thought was a sign of looking weak was just a glimpse of vulnerability that more people should show. Whether it's asking a friend for relationship advice, asking a teacher to reiterate instructions because you did not understand, or asking a coworker to edit a speech you're given, it's worth it. Lesson 2, ask for help. Now, these 2 lessons that I have shared and that you have heard millions of times throughout your existence would not be possible if you are not true to yourself. As most of you know, I am Abington's #1 fan and bleed green. So you can imagine how hard it was for me to leave the town that shaped who I was and start my journey at Fairfield University. I will admit, I was terrified to go. I did not want to leave my friends, my family, and most importantly, my dog. I was concerned I was not wealthy enough to fit in with the New York and Connecticut crowd, worried that my clothes weren't cool enough, my purse wasn't expensive enough, and my home friends would be able to tell that I was struggling through my first few months of school. I wanted nothing more than to be assimilated into the Fairfield community and just be liked, fit in to be exact. You're probably thinking, Miss Wakeland, you are so nice and funny and such an amazing person. You probably had nothing to worry about. Well, obviously those things are true. But it is challenging changing your routines for some of you moving to a new environment and beginning a new chapter. The want to fit in is very strong, but I advise you to stand out. Be your absolute authentic self. What I came to realize at Fairfield was that more people loved me for being myself. Loud, obsessed with Harry Styles, etc., etc. Not many people can be their true selves, but I challenge you to do so. It allowed me to experience some of the best years of my life. Lesson 3, be your true self. If you were fortunate enough to have me as a teacher this year, you know that your last assignment that I am still waiting on from some of you was to write a letter to a future student of mine. The assignment required you to give some advice on how to have a successful senior year. Over the last few days, I've been reading each and every letter, taking in all the advice given, and preparing to share it with my future students. Some of you advise the students to join clubs, play sports, get a good night's sleep, and not procrastinate on their work. While another student stated, and I quote, "Drinking copious amounts of caffeine should be a regular part of any high schooler's diet." The variety was endless. But what I want you to do is take your own advice and the advice I have offered and go out and change the world. Each of you has the ability to make a difference. If you fall, get back up. If you need help, ask for it. And if you can be anyone in this world, be yourself. It has been an honor to be asked to represent the Abington alumni and be here with you tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Wakeland. At this time, 52 seniors. Senior awards will be presented by Assistant Principal Jesse Clements. Students, when you hear your name called, please come up to the podium around this way in the order which you are called.
I'm not that tall. Okay. The Abington High School Legacy Award in honor of Jim McGrath goes to Carrie Pruitt. The Abington High School Outstanding Student, Enver Gabriel Amboy. The Abington High School Assistant Principals Award. Congratulations, Gretchen Mueller. The Abington High School Principals Award, Leo Mullen. The following students were recognized in their junior year for academic excellence. So these students know their names are already up on the banners. They will be receiving certificates. I'm going to read all of the names if you could all come up to get your certificate. For art, Dominic Vanas. For business, Michael Van Luling. For English, Faith Ryan. Foreign language, Danica Trucchi. History, Sarah Nijati. Math, Casey Hamill. Music, Alexander Guthrow. Science, Ryan Finneran. And wellness, Michael DeBono. Good job. The next award has been previously awarded, I believe, at a school committee meeting. This is the Certificate of Academic Excellence awarded by the Massachusetts Association of School Superintendents. So please stand, Enver Gabriel Amboy. All right. Oh. Thanks. The Dr. Teresa Sullivan Social Justice Award, Kellyanne Bolger. The following, The following students have won Art Achievement Awards: Jacqueline Gaduti, Reese Hurd, Megan McCann, Sierra Montero, and Ava Reed. They got it. They got it. They're coming up in order. Good job. Good job. Nice job. There are two students being awarded the Earl Berkeley Barlow's Art Trophy. They are Sydney Brundage and Dominic Vanas. The following are athletic awards that have been previously awarded. So I will read the award. If you could just please stand and remain standing after I go through all of the athletic awards. So athletic department awards are Edward Riley and Faith Ryan. The Charles Green Cross Country Award is Jacqueline Erner. The Derek Lucas Award is Joshua Flaherty. The Frank L. Merrill Track Award, Maria Wood. Girls Soccer MVP, Shannon Groom. The Jackie Christian Award, Edward Riley. Jeff Kent Sportsmanship Award, Faith Ryan. John B. Riley Sportsmanship Award, Kayla Riley. Michael Sheehan Football Award, Drew Donovan. Outstanding Senior Athlete, Thomas Fanara and Shannon Groom. The Richard Morey Award, Thomas Fanara. The Robert E. Bob Mcguire Spirit Award, Elizabeth Campbell and Edward Riley. And the Walter F. Pastor Athletic Award, Edward Riley. The Business Award goes to John LaRosa. Presented by Mr. Scott, Department Head of Social Studies and Business. You're next. Presented by Dr. Elizabeth Gonzalez, the English Awards. 2 awards for Advanced Placement Literature, Faith Ryan and Danica Trucchi. Okay. The English Department Award, Enver Gabriel Amboy. And 3 awards for grade 12 English, Elizabeth Bromley, Richard Donahue, and Ava Reed. The World Language Awards will be presented by Director Patricia Grabowski. The Foreign Language Award, Danica Trucchi. Two students have earned the Massachusetts Seal of Biliteracy in Portuguese. They are Ryan DeCunha and Maria Dantas. I think I counted 7 students have earned the Massachusetts Seal of Biliteracy in Spanish. The students are Nicole Bernache, Casey Hamill, Reese Hurd, Sarah Nijati, Danica Trucchi, Julia Wedge, Maria Wood, and Maria Wood. They're lining up alphabetically. Who's next? You're next. Okay. And 2 students have earned the Massachusetts Seal of Biliteracy in both Portuguese and Spanish, Brian Lopes and Gabriela Maciel. Presented by Jason Scott, Department Head. The Sharon Dwyer Excellence in Social Studies Award goes to Danica Trucchi. The Mathematics Awards will be presented by Department Head Meg Doherty. The Computer Science Award goes to Enver Gabriel Amboy. And the Mathematics Award goes to Alexander Guthrow. Music awards will be presented by Music Director Mr. Steve Shannon. First, the Director's Award for Instrumental Music, Joshua Whitman. Director's Award for Marching Band, Molly McLaughlin. job, Molly. Director's Award, Theater Arts, Will Charbonnier. Director's Award, Vocal Music, Hannah Johnson. The Paul K. Smith Band Award, Alexander Guthrow. The Percussion Award, Lily Clifford. And the Theater Arts Technical Award goes to Zoe Balowitz. The National Honor Society Award in the name of Jane Phillips will be presented by advisors Shannon Burke and Tricia London. And the award goes to Gabriella Maciel. Jonathan? Jonathan needs to do that. Peer Mentor Award goes to Nevaeh Pitsley. Presented by Department Head Tom Kitterick, the Science Award goes to Enver Gabriel Amboy. And the final two awards will be presented by Wellness Director Ms. Kate Casey. The Wellness Awards go to Audrey Goldberg and Shannon Groom.
The last part of the program tonight is the granting of scholarships. The very generous Abington community is proud to present over $74,000 to our best and brightest graduates. Please welcome Guidance Director Christina Park and Ms. Clements to hand out these awards. There are two recipients of the Abington Bank Sean P. Cotter Memorial Scholarship. They are Nicole Bernache and Casey Hamill. The Abington Child Care Study Group Scholarship, presented by Sue Wakeland, is going to Brian Lopes. There are two recipients of the Abington Education Association Scholarship, presented by Mr. Steve Shannon. They are Molly Dankees and Jack Robbins. There are four recipients of the Abington Firefighters Local 2080 Scholarship. They are Victoria Becker, Riley Curvels, Caroline Coburn, and Brian Lopes. There are five recipients of the Abington High School Alumni Scholarship, presented by Joseph Shea. The recipients are Sydney Brundage, Riley Curvels, Caroline Coburn, Olivia Mcguire, and Faith Ryan. Receiving the Abington High School Art Department Scholarship, and I waited for her to sit down, Sydney Brundage. Next is the Abington High School Drama Scholarship, presented by Mr. Steve Shannon. The recipient is Will Charbonnaire. Next is the Abington High School Senior Class Scholarship, going to Sarah Nijati. There are 6 recipients of the Abington Music Parents Association Scholarship presented by Mary Mcguire. The recipients are Lily Clifford, Rebecca Donahue, Richard Donahue, Alexander Guthrow, Molly McLaughlin, and Joshua Whitman. By the way, class of 2022, let me try to say it again. Fantastic job self-advertising. I didn't tell you to do that. You're just like, well, let's just do that. So nicely done there. Thank you. There is one recipient of the Abington Puckheads Alumni Scholarship presented by Deborah Quinn, and that is Ryan Tobin. There are 3 recipients of the Abington Waves Girls Travel Basketball Scholarship presented by Michael Duclos, Sydney Brundage, Elizabeth Campbell, and Olivia Mcguire. Very much. There are 4 recipients of the Abington Youth Basketball Scholarship. They are Elizabeth Campbell, Brian Lopes, Olivia Mcguire, and Michael Van Luling. There are 2 recipients of the Abington Youth Soccer Scholarship presented by Dan Libby. The recipients are Faith Ryan and Maria Wood. Oh, hi, Maria. Did you run to get here? It's all good. You had a good excuse. Maria was running for us in the state tournament, so thank you, Maria. Receiving the Adams Brothers Family Scholarship, Ruby Barry. Next, for the American Legion Auxiliary Scholarship presented by Christy Coburn. The recipient is Caroline Coburn. Caroline, don't go far. Also presenting the American Legion Scholarship is Christy Coburn. Also receiving the American Legion Scholarship is Caroline Coburn. The Amy Whitman Stay Strong Memorial Scholarship presented by Peggy Whitman goes to Riley Kerbels. Oh, she's coming. Oh, no, I think you're next. Okay. Sorry. Thank you. Regina? Yeah. Next is the Andrew James Lawson Foundation Scholarship presented by Regina Lawson. The recipient is Chimobi Igwe. Receiving the Andrew Mcdonald Memorial Scholarship, Kaylee Groom. Receiving the Annie's Kindness Blankets Speak Your Kind Scholarship presented by Angela Varney, Shannon Groom. Next, we have the Army ROTC Scholarship presented by Sergeant First Class Mario Garza and Sergeant First Class Andrew Wilson, and the recipient is Ryan Tobin. Next is the Betty A. Buckley Scholarship presented by John Buckley, and the recipient is Olivia Mcguire. Receiving there are two recipients of the Bob Mcguire Memorial Scholarship presented by Steve Mcguire. They are Elizabeth Campbell and Edward Riley. They fixed it. Pressure's on now. They're going to fix it every time. So. Nice suit, by the way. Nice suit. Receiving the Charles M. Frolio Scholarship, Maria Wood. Next is the Charles Smith Memorial Scholarship presented by Lou Paragona. The recipient is Olivia Lewis. not sure Olivia's here, unfortunately, so thank you. Oh. Well, cheer up, we got more to go. The Christopher K. Wells Memorial Scholarship goes to Faith Ryan. Congratulations, Faith. Next is the Doris Joyce Driscoll Scholarship presented by Susan Buckley, and the recipient is Riley Curvels. Next, the Edward H. Schneider Memorial Scholarship goes to Lindsay Augusta. There are two recipients of the Friends of Abington Seniors, presented by Sheila Lambert. They are Daniel Murtaugh and Molly McLaughlin. Receiving the Honeydew Donut Scholarship, Lindsay Augusta. Next is the Howard B. Trufant Memorial Scholarship presented by Butch Wilson, and the recipient is Enver Gabriel Amboy. Receiving the James Orcutt Memorial Scholarship, Michael Pino. There are 5 recipients of the Jeffrey Coombs Memorial Scholarship. They are Andrew Campbell, Riley Curvels, Caroline Coburn, Brian Lopes, and Faith Ryan. Next, there are 2 recipients of the Jeremy Russell Memorial Scholarship. They are Sidney Brundage and Brian Lopes. Next is the Jeremy Weston Memorial Scholarship from the class of 2014, presented by Matt Whalen. The recipient is Riley Curvels. Next, there are two recipients of the Joe D. Colantoni and the Grace Guerrero Memorial Scholarship. They are Avery Fama and Nagia Mcdonald. Receiving the John H. Mcauliffe Memorial Scholarship, Sarah Nijadi. Next is the John J. and Eileen Franny Memorial Scholarship presented by Ann Parks, and the recipient is Kristen Parks. Receiving the John R. Nelson Memorial Scholarship, Riley Curvels. There are three recipients of the Joseph, Sophie, and Elaine Kelleher Scholarship. They are Shay McClellan, Rosemary McLaughlin, and Michael Van Luling. Next is the Judith Prisio Memorial Scholarship presented by James Prisio, and the recipient is Audrey Goldberg. Next is the Karen J. Whitton Memorial Scholarship presented by Sue Peck. And Sue not in? Okay. And the recipient is Riley Curvels. Next, there are two recipients of the Kendra Coburn Scholarship presented by Ken Coburn. And the recipients are Caroline Coburn and Catherine Nugent. Next is the Laura Manley Math and Science Scholarship, and the recipient is Amelia McHugh. Next, for the Lucy A. DeYoung Scholarship, presented by Sean Riley, goes to Jacqueline Erner. Next is the Marine Corps NROTC College Scholarship, presented by Captain John Horton and Gunnery Sergeant John Banks, and the recipient is Michael DeBono. Next is the Michael T. Caron Scholarship Fund, and the recipient is Amanda Murphy. Next is the Minahan Family Scholarship, presented by Gary Minahan, and the recipient is Ava Reed. The Mass Hire Greater Brockton Scholarship goes to Gabriella Maciel. The Norman Whitney Memorial Scholarship goes to Caitlin Merrick. Next is the Paul K. Smith Memorial Scholarship, presented by Steve Shannon, and the recipient is Joshua Whitman. For the Philip A. Trufant Scholarship from the Strawberry Valley Women and Men's Leagues, the recipient is Ryan Tobin. Next is the Plymouth County Education Association Scholarship, presented by Steve Shannon, and the recipient is Aidan O'Donnell. Receiving the R.G. Rosen Scholarship, Doug Hemingway. Receiving the Renee Greeno McCallum Scholarship, Alexander Guthrow. There are two recipients of the Reuben A. and Lizzie Grossman Foundation Award. They are Enver Gabriel Amboy and Faith Ryan. Next is the Rotary Club Scholarship in memory of all deceased Rotarians, presented by Lou Paragona. And the recipient is Maria Wood. Mr. Paragona is also presenting the Rotary Club Scholarship in memory of Pam Paragona, and the recipient is Michael Van Luling. Next is the Sergeant Daniel Vasilian Memorial Scholarship presented by Karen Vasilian. The two recipients are Caroline Coburn and Edward Riley. The the Students' Right to Be Heard Scholarship, presented by Patricia Flommer, goes to Joshua Whitman. The Susan G. Rennie Scholarship, presented by Alex Rennie, goes to Reese Hurd. They're on their way. The Thomas H. and Helen L. Buckley Memorial Scholarship goes to Julia Wedge. Receiving the Type 1 Care Scholarship, Sarah Luke. Receiving the Walter F. Pastor Athletic Scholarship, Olivia Mcguire. Receiving the William N. Truckee Senior Memorial Scholarship, Julia Wedge. And the recipient of the Zacharuski Family Educational Trust Fund Scholarship, Riley Kervels. Please join me in a round of applause in recognition of all of our scholarship and award recipients. Thank you again to our keynote speaker, Ms. Bridget Wakeland, and to the many... and to the many scholarship donors in the community for their continued kindness and generosity to our graduating students. Thank you for attending our program this evening, and again, congratulations seniors and their parents. Thank you.